Let me put here a bank called Family Bank. No, I know what you want me to say. And let me also put on this other side, Kenya Commercial Bank. Now, Family Bank representing an unlisted bank. Banks are measured in several ways. And I'm already talking to you about how to. I'm already thinking you will take interest in buying shares. So when you're evaluating, in a bank there's something called core capital. Core capital is, if you wanted to start a bank as 10 people, we all raise, let's assume to start a bank in Kenya you need 10 million. Assuming. So tuko kumi, tuchage kila mtu 1 million. So we already have capital to start a bank. That's called core capital. Now, when you are buying shares in the Nairobi Securities Exchange, the value you get, how the company is valued, is called market capitalization. Market capitalization is, yes, our capital is 10 million, but since this company is listed, if you buy all the shares, how much is it? In Kenya today, a bank like KCB is trading at 70% of the capital, meaning it is trading at a discount of 30%. There is a bank called Diamond Trust Bank. Diamond Trust Bank. It is trading, they have a core capital of 95 billion. If you bought all the shares of Diamond Trust Bank today, it would cost you 32 billion. So it is trading at over 68% of discount. So you look at discount and you look at premium. The others, you realize they are trading at a higher value than they ought. Hey, today is an evening, we took dinner. This is too much maneno. But I'm just trying to say, think beyond land. Think beyond treasury bills. Think beyond treasury boards. When you think about shares, and get your mind to think about this, look at the global economy. It will not take you too long. Look at how it is. Then come to Kenya. Look at how it is. Then you can cascade that to sector. Look at the sectors that are growing. For example, in Kenya, you don't struggle to know the financial sector is growing at a more rapid rate than the economy. So, if you're looking at the shares to buy, you likely not go too long to look at the financial industry. I saw the other day Equity Bank reported at that 2% rise in profit, where the economy is growing at 4.7%. Because the bank is expanding beyond Kenya. So they are bringing money they are making from DRC to benefit a local shareholder. That a guy in Tanzania is getting into Equity Bank branch, he's already putting money into you as a shareholder in Kenya. So you look at those kind of things. And I'm talking about people who went to school for 6 years to become doctors. You can afford a day to study the investments you want to do, so that at the basic, you see whether you have a high degree of being right or wrong. Look at KCB. I'm not recommending, I'm saying you go do. Look at the insurance industry. The beauty about our stock market is that it is segmented. There are shares in agricultural sector, zinaitwa agriculturals. Others in automotive. Banks are banks on their own. So go and study. There are gold mines. And I'm not talking to you theoretical, because I do it myself. There is an example you have read on newspapers, which I am not giving it here for motivation. Last year, in August, Kenya Power shares were trading at 1 shilling and 70 cents. Last year in August 2024, when you were taking the 10 million loan to buy the apartment. So, 10 million shares would have bought you how many shares of Kenya Power last year, August? It was 1.7 shillings. 1 shilling 70 cents. it would have bought you how many shares? 10 million shares divided by 1.7. How many? How many? So 5.8 million shares. See it? Now today it was 14 shillings. Do times 14. Mosiria ni ngapi? Yeah? 82. Nikakileta yenu inapata hivyo. 5.8 times 14 is how much? Can I hear from this table here? That is full. How much? Imagine. See story, unajua there are things we read in the books. Hii tika story ati nimesoma pahali kwa sijui Berkshire Hathaway. You can check. KCB shares. KCB shares. In the last 1.5 years or so, they were trading at below 25 shillings. In the last 2 years or 2 years to 15 months thereabout, they were trading at 25 shillings. Today it was 63 shillings. Equity Bank shares, na hizi vitu mkuwe muna Google. Si ati ziko kwa NSC. The Friday afternoon I talked about ukae chini, just think, Google. Sasa ukiona ile unapata Google ni kama si correct. Verify in the correct websites. NSC, there are many sites that do investments. Check. There are many opportunities. Because opportunities start from the auction globally. Auction are stock markets. Once they are exhausted, that's when you go to private. You now start thinking about buying a private company. But as of now, there are many compelling reasons to buy shares. You know, the other day, I commented in Parliament that Kenya Pipeline will be listing. And I said I can't buy those shares. Me. I'm not saying it's wrong to privatize. No, I am a proponent of privatization. I am an opponent of privatization. Because government should, to the best extent, not hold so many companies at ransom. But they are listing at a valuation of 100 billion shillings. Then I checked the books of account of Kenya Pipeline. The profit they have made in the recent past was 6 billion shillings. So in my mind, I thought, because they are listing, they need to put up their socks. So I am sure they will report around 10 billion. Because when there is an IPO, it's like a marketing. So the year ending June, or the one, if the year ends in December, I don't know. I think it ends in June. They will report something decent. Supposing they report 10 billion in profit, and they are worth 100 billion. It means the company is trading at 10x. Their earnings times 10. Their earnings, net earnings times 10. So if you bought the entire pipeline, it will take you 10 years to recover your money. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's valued at 100 billion, and the net profit is 10 billion. So it will take you 10 years. But it will be listing in a segment called energy sector in the NSC. I want you niwatume kibarua. In that energy sector, there is a company called Total Kenya. Another one called Kenya Power. And another one called Kengen. So there'll be a one called Kenya Pipeline. And I'm saying this because it is next year. You need to make your decision. But I'm not saying you don't buy. I'm just saying engage your mind. Out of all those companies, take Kengen. Kengen is making 10 billion in profit. And its valuation in the market, as we talk, is 65 billion shillings. So, what will make me go and buy a new listing, which is worth 100 billion and making only 10 billion? People will talk about growth. What is likely to grow between Kenya Pipeline and Kengen? Electricity definitely will continue, the demand will continue to go higher and higher. The second option is Kenya Power in the same segment. And the current value of share, not the previous, the current. If tushikane na hapa, sisi wote tununue Kenya Power ikuwe yetu today. The entire Kenya Power valuation today is 27 billion. All the shares put together is 27 billion. Last year, they made a profit of 24